Howdy.
Hello,
Yep.
everyone. We're waiting for our other two.
We're not going to have Colton because he is. We should send links to Henry. Hello.
Yes, we need to give links to Henry, and I need to open up my Google Doc.
Yeah.
Exercise
Let me send
29.
the link real quick. We are doing the second half because the first half is done. We are starting on number 8. Let me send Henry the link real quick because just a second. I know he's not on Patreon. Just a minute. Come on, Facebook. Open. Open. There we go. Okay, sending link now. This one. That should work. I hope so. Looks like it. Okay, there he is. There's Adel. Yes, joining us.
Adel. Adel.
I'm an American still, you know.
I don't. No, you're not. Well, you are, but
Yeah,
Adel.
but Ein is not easy for me.
¿Dónde
It is.
está Henry? Does Henry not usually
Don't
come to the
say
second one?
I told you I sent him a link. We'll see if he's coming.
Has he been
Wow.
coming?
Let's see.
My apologies if I feel and I look very tired because I have a long day of work today. But we'll see.
That's okay. Today at work, basically, they changed our schedule 4 or 5 times because we have a total of right now 6 duty managers and 2 assistant managers, and 5 of them are sick.
Oh wow!
5 of them are sick.
Are tourists
So
coming
we
back,
have-
or what's going on with that?
Not really, but we've had groups that have come recently, and I don't know. Why does it say Vayomal?
Because it's a colon.
Vayomer.
You taught me that.
Vayomal. Vayomal. Yeah, okay. Yes, so let's get into this. We don't have tourists, but we do have some tourist groups. Do you have this open?
Not yet. I need to find it. Shoot.
You go to docs.google.com and it says
Yes, I know.
Weingreen exercise 29.
29.
Yeah. All right, it's cold in here. Whew.
I would be thankful for such a thing in Israel if I were you.
I'd close all my doors and turn on the air conditioning. Who's in the viewing audience, by the way? We've got 2 viewers. Vayhi, let's start on verse 8a, and I'll give it a start. Vayhi kasher sami lefanav ata mafriya.
Should I show
Vayhi
my
kasher
to everybody?
You could if we weren't in the middle of doing things. ויהי כאשר שמו לפניו לחם לאכול, ויאמר עליהם, אם טוב בעיניכם לא אוכל עד אשר דיברתי את דבריי. ויאמרו אליו, דבר נא כי שומעים אנחנו. Okay, so, and it came to pass, right? And it came to pass, when they had put bread before him. Okay, when they put bread before him to eat, that he said to them. The Vayhi takes all the temporal stuff, and then it takes another verb consecutive, and we translate it with that. That he said to them, or unto them, if it is good in your eyes, I will not eat until I have spoken my words. Ad asher dibarti et dvarai. And they said to him, Vayomru elav, speak na, if na means please or pray, for shom'im anachnu, we are listening, we are hearing, we hear. The na is pray. Speak, pray, for we are listening. Speak, we entreat thee, for we are listening.
Yes,
We are
particle
hearing.
entreat.
Notice that anachnu has a kamatz here because it's in pause. The normal form has patach. All right, 8b.
All right, I'll do it.
Uh,
Okay. Vayomar Eved Avraham Anochi. Vayomer Elai Adoni. It's hard to read. Adoni lo tikach isha livni liyitzchak mibnot haknaani asher anochi yoshev ba'artzo va'ata kach lecha anashim me'avdi veiti v'halachta el
me avdeveti, from the slaves of my house.
Me'avdeveti v'halachta el vet avi v'lakachta isha livni misham. So he said, and it's a hard break, I think. I am quotation marks. I am a servant of Abraham.
I am a servant of the sacred fire. The secret fire?
Yeah, secret
Wielder
fire.
of the flame of Anor.
Okay, Gandalf. He said to, I think this is a new sentence. He said to me, Allah. Oh no, it is Eli. He said to me, my Lord, quote within a quote, this is interesting. This does not occur.
No, the
very much.
Adoni needs to be the subject. Vayomer Elai Adoni. My master said to me.
Oh, my Lord said to me. Yeah. Okay, thank you. And I don't know how often this occurs. Lo tikach isha instead of al tikach isha. This throws wrenches in Cook's theory, but maybe he'll
I'm
just say
eating
that there are
challah.
exceptions. Huh?
I'm eating challah.
I don't know what you're saying. So, shoot. Crap. Sorry, new keyboard. Do not take a wife, livni, for my son.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac.
You shall not take. You shall not pass. See? Gandalf works great.
You're on a roll. From the ladies of the Canaanites.
From the daughters of the Canaanite.
Yeah. Whom?
Ladies.
Yeah, I changed it because he's not talking about physical daughters. He's talking about
Women.
women. Yes. Whom wait, Asher Anochi Yoshev. Well, because I am dwelling, I think, right?
So Balzo refers to the Canaanite. To say, in whose land I dwell.
Oh, resumptive pronouns. I hate those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not because I'm dwelling. In whose land?
Whose land?
To be literal, the Canaanite, who I live in his land, meaning the land of the Canaanite.
Right.
In whose land I live.
I still struggle with resumptive pronoun clauses. Now.
Because you don't speak modern Hebrew. Let's get you speaking Hebrew and it won't be problematic.
Now, take for yourself Anashim, Isha, Anashim, men from
people.
The servants of my house.
Men, people. Okay.
Yeah, people. From among the
They're
servants
probably men. It's probably
of my
males. But,
house.
yeah.
Right, of course. V'lakachta v'itani, and I
והלכת לבית
will
אבי. והלכת לבית אבי.
el beit avi. I will take.
It's not I will.
think. No, you will
הלכת.
take.
You will go.
So is it another? Is it so that you?
Take for you men from the slaves of my house and go
Right.
to the house of my father.
Oh, that's very strange.
And you shall go.
That's an irreal perfect as an imperative. I don't know why it doesn't just say velech, but okay. So an
Because it
irreal
says
imperfect.
kach v'alachta. It's a very common story. I'm eating challah.
Go
I have
to
to
the
eat something.
house of my father.
It's very common
V'lakachta.
to start an imperative string with an imperative and continue it with verb consecutive.
That is true.
Hmm.
In fact,
Kach
I don't know.
v'alachta,
I don't know how
v'alachta.
often. I don't know how often it doesn't do that. To be honest.
Mhm.
Um,
It can be
So-
continued with other imperative forms, but it's very, very common to do it with
right.
verb consecutive.
And take a wife from among. Take a wife for my son from there.
Mm-hmm.
For my son from there.
Yep. Take a wife from my son from there.
And just to.
We're going to get through the Hebrew to English very quickly because we didn't have very many to go.
So since we don't have a lot, let me ask a question. And in the construction of
Oh, no, we don't do questions. We don't do questions.
Yes, we do.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Ivan Abraham Anochi. The construction is very not very bad. It's not smooth. It's not the usual construction that you always see. Can you
Eved
elaborate
Avraham
on it a little?
Anochi. It is the normal construction. Jonathan said it's not.
No,
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
say it's not. I said I would
No,
expect
but Jonathan
a less,
likes to say that it's not.
but I was wrong.
Jonathan
Okay.
likes to say.
Well, unlike
Jonathan
you,
likes to
I just
say.
said I was wrong.
So I was wrong,
Oh.
like Jonathan. I'd be actually honored to be as wrong as Jonathan. So can you
Oh
explain
wow,
to me?
that is way beyond flattering, sir. That's that's over the top.
Okay, so it's Jonathan tends to think, and I think he got it from Cook, that that the subject pronoun needs to be in first position.
That's what I thought
Ani
too.
Eved Avram. I am, and this is in modern Hebrew. Yes, it's true. Ani
don't have
Eved
to
Avram.
know.
I am a slave of
says-
Abraham.
Mhm.
Well, it's just Cook would say that if it says something like that with the pronoun at the end, he's emphasizing what comes before.
It's not.
Like
It
Ivri
really isn't.
ano
It's
a
not.
Hebrew. Well, you know.
It's so common that the personal pronoun is dropped to the end when it's subjective, when it's a subject, that you cannot give this sense of emphasis. You can't.
Well, then you
Eved
can't
Abraham
give-
Anochi.
then you can't
A
say that
servant of Abraham am I.
you can't say that there's subject verb inversion either, because the most common is the verb subject.
No, but it's not the same. It's not the same. We've seen it so many times in every translation that we've done, in everything that we've done. That
Yes.
like if the who and he is a subject pronoun, it's dropped to the end. You say shifchahi. She is a slave. And you
Right.
can never you won't find he shifcha. Because it's natural to the language to say shifchahi. She is a slave. That's natural. That's the normal, natural word order.
Yes, I'm sorry, but that's how he teaches it in his grammar, so that's how I will teach it.
Only if you are actually pointing at someone, you would say he shivcha, because you're pointing at her, and that is emphatic. She is a slave,
Yes,
as opposed to someone else.
But again, are you conflating modern Hebrew conventions with biblical Hebrew
No,
conventions?
because modern Hebrew is the opposite. Modern Hebrew would say, Ani Eved, I'm a slave. But biblical Hebrew says, Eved Ani.
Okay.
So to say,
Yeah.
like you could say here, Eved Anochi le'Avraham. Eved Anochi le'Avraham. But saying
I
Eved
shall.
Avraham is almost like saying I am the servant of Abraham. It's like the servant that he is sent out. Because Avraham is definite, so Eved Avraham is as a phrase, it's definite.
Mhm.
You know, like Malach
It's just a
Adonai,
name.
the angel of the Lord.
Mhm.
But Anochi is used as it's the subject of the sentence. I am servant of Abraham. I am Abraham's slave.
No.
Yeah.
Take
I
it
have
out.
to disagree with John Cook sometimes.
Yes, you do. But I'm sure that he would give you a compelling reason for his thinking.
I haven't seen it yet because in
By
all,
the
all
way,
the Hebrew that I've read, that's the way it goes.
yes, well, all the Hebrew that you've read says verb subject object is the most common except for them. As far as I know. I
That
think I
that
ran into
argument
somebody that
works.
said that in the 80s.
Okay.
That argument works.
Should we move on
Yes, we
Yes.
should.
before we have a fist fight or something?
We are
Okay.
not. We can't have fist fights through the screen,
Okay.
1,000 miles away or 2,000, however long it is.
ויהי בערב והנני עומד בדרך והנה הילדה לפני ותגד לי את שמה ואת שם בית אביה והיא כשמעי את דבריה ואפול אל בני
Just that
והלל את
the infinitive construct is kishom'i. Kishom'i. Kishom'i et dvareha.
כשומעים
Kishom'i.
את דבריה ואפול על פני ואהלל את שם אדוני אשר לא עזב את אדוני. And it came to pass as I was standing in the way in the path in the
Well, you want to say ba'erev. Vayi
no,
ba'erev.
yeah, and it
And
came
it
to
came to pass in the evening.
in the evening, yeah. As behold, as I
It's interesting because the vav consecutive is going to continue with the vataged, and she said to me, vatagedli. So all of the other is kind of background information. V'hineni omed baderech. It's like while I was standing on the road.
yeah, as I was saying, like, or while, okay, while.
Because it's like a background
Sure,
information.
yeah. I was standing in the road. Behold, the girl before me.
Yeah,
and
so we would insert was, right? The girl was before me.
There was, yes. And she declared to me her name and the place of oh my God, of her father's house. And it came pass to pass as I listened to to her.
Maybe when I heard her words.
When I heard, yeah.
When I heard her words.
Was I fell, or Balta, I fell on my face and praised the
And so
name.
here, the verb consecutive picks up. So we're going to say the word that. It came to pass that I fell on my face.
FAS.
That's something. That's a construction that threw John Cook for a loop.
And praise the name of the Lord, who did not for.
I'm just going to play around here real quick.
Okay, my Lord. Revealed to me, or
She told me.
she told me.
Like להגיד למישהו is to tell someone. She told me her name. She declared her name to me. It sounds like she told me her name.
It's Shakespearean.
Yeah. And so we don't want the place of her father's house, but Shem, the name.
Oh.
The name of her father's,
Shem.
and then that would take it to household, meaning his family. His house means his family. So her own name and her father's house's name.
Okay.
And it came to pass, as I heard her words, or when I heard her words, that I fell on my face and praised the name of, this is God's name, right? The name of the Lord, who did not forsake my Lord, my master. Yeah. Yes. Good. So I would take, and it came to pass in the evening that she told me her name, and the rest of this is the background information. Behold, I was standing in the road, and behold, the girl was before me. Right?
Okay.
All right. Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right. So verse 9, or exercise 9. I think this is me. Yep. בא הנביא אל בית האישה אשר היה שם הילד המת. ויתפלל אל אדוני כל הלילה. ויהי בבוקר, ויפקחנה עיני הילד, ותיקח האישה את בנה, ותאמר, עתה ידעתי כי איש אלוהים אתה. So it says the prophet came to the house of the woman. And then the Asherah here is referring to the house. Okay, Asherah. So we're going to take it as Asher Sham, meaning where. Asher Sham. Okay, the Sham is a place, and so Asher is taken as a place, and it means where. Where the dead boy was. Okay, the dead boy was, the Haya is jumped up into first position because it's after Asher. Okay, Asher Haya Sham Hayeled Hamet. Okay, and he prayed to Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh all the night. He prayed to the Lord all the night. And it came to pass in the morning, Vayhi Baboker, that the eyes of the boy were opened. They opened. Notice that nifkach, this word lifkoach is used like liftoach, but lifkoach refers only to eyes. Vayipakachna inei hayeled. And the woman took her son, like she received him, she took him, and said, and this is what she said, now I know that you are
the man of God.
The man of God, or a man of God, or something like that. A man of God, or the man of God. Notice the placement of the personal pronoun as a subject. Ish Elohim Ata. Right. Placement is at the end, and that is standard. Jonathan, with a half-hour break, would you be able to join us for the next session?
Maybe.
All right.
Okay.
So, if you
Good.
want to take a half-hour break,
But if I definitely will if Colton can't come, and I haven't heard from him, but I don't want you to be the only person.
yeah. Well, I don't want to start the session without. Why is this small? Without waiting for the regular time, because if we start early, then people won't know to come. And
Well, right,
it's
of
better
course,
not to do that.
naturally.
So we will have half-hour break, but
All right.
we can sit here and talk about other things. Jonathan, you don't have to say you can break for sure, and we can sit and just talk about nonsense.
There's no such
Or you
thing
can
as
stay and talk about nonsense.
we don't talk about nonsense here. We
Okay.
don't talk about nonsense here.
Well,
Everything we say.
I will say that one thing that I found in my boxes, is I found my my grammar for CO, so I can start putting together shorts with that. That's nice. I found my book for the next level of Weingreen, and for you and Colton, I've got the textbook of Israeli Hebrew, the one that I sent to you.
Oh.
So we
You
can.
guys gonna study it like modern Hebrew or something?
I do hope so.
I will join that one.
Oh
I
my gosh.
constantly want Jonathan to do modern Hebrew.
I said yes, but you picked Colton over me.
It can be more than one.
What time are you guys doing it?
We're just throwing things together from here to there.
Well, I can do, I mean,
aren't you pretty free?
Yeah, I was gonna say I could do any time of day, but it seems like evenings would be the best, or my evening would be best for you, right? Like around this
Your
time?
evening is going to be what? My 3 o'clock in the morning?
Well, no, but I
I
can
don't know
do,
what time
if
it
you're
is there
not,
for you.
any day, is there any day where you don't work?
I always have off Monday nights because of these lessons.
Well, then let's do during the day. During your day. I can do late at night.
You like to stay up late at night, don't you?
I do. You asked me what was I doing up, and I was like, dude, I'm not going to bed for another 2 hours.
So we'll work something out for time.
Yes, I'm there.
אבל
I'll
אני
flip you-
חושב שאתה צריך לנצל את הזמן הזה שיש לך עכשיו, לנוח, ואז לחזור אלינו בעוד חצי שעה,
We're
שנעשה את
still
השיעור.
live. We're still live,
know.
and there are still 3 people watching.
Yeah. So I think you should take advantage of this time right now to relax so that you're ready for the next English to Hebrew, or you can look over it if you want.
We'll see. We will see if Colton comes. This is usually my family time.
בעוד חצי שעה יש לנו לתרגם מאנגלית
All
לעברית.
right, I will see you at least.
מאתגר.
I will see you at least for a little bit at 7.
It
I'll
can
come
be
to it.
challenging. Challenging. מאתגר. מאתגר. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Trying to get you to listen to my Hebrew.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Then I will quit talking over Hebrew. So have fun with your nonsense, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Yalla, bye.
All right.
Yes. Muriel, you say, I learned a lot from doing the exercises, but you motivated me to try to memorize scripture. So here I am. That really is a better idea. I'm going to take Adel off of stage until he comes back. And now you see with big screen all my mess. This is my life. My life is this nonsense right now. As I got a lot of things to go through. I've gone through 6 boxes of books, and now I still have 3 to go through before I can be done with that. But I need a closet before I do that. I think I'll get one very soon. Fantastic. So what can we talk about? We have half an hour from now until we start the next section. So whoever wants to have something to say, you are welcome. Maybe at this point, I'll go ahead and share with our live audience the link to Yes, the link to the StreamYard broadcast. So if you want to pop up on here, you'll be free to do it. But be aware that if you're saying or doing anything inappropriate, I will not put you on stage or I will remove you. But this is for serious participants if you want to join. While we're waiting for Adele, and we have nothing to do because we don't want to go over the Hebrew to English yet until everybody comes in, until everybody's ready. What are we doing right now? I have started a Discord server. Let me throw that up here, and I'll show that to you. Discord is kind of like a chat program where you can do text chat and voice chat, and share memes and pictures and stuff. And the idea is that it was for gamers to share their games and talk while they're playing games and all this stuff. But now it's used for a lot of other things. And I put one together for biblical languages and want to share it with you. Again, it is this Hebrew Cafe /Discord is how you can get there. And let's go over what it is, basically. It is, hold on. It's gonna be like this. That is not it. Why isn't it showing? It's supposed to show everything on that screen, but it didn't. Entire screen. There we go. Okay. Now you should see it. It's called Biblical Languages. No big deal. We've got welcome and rules. This is when people join. You show up here. Notes and resources. We don't have anything yet. We've basically started working on Biblical Hebrew, some Modern Hebrew, and Biblical Aramaic. So you see that I've got a new message here from Colton saying BBA is whatever. So we can share here concepts of for ideas for study. We can even put together, like if you want to plan study sessions or whatever, you can use the study rooms. These are audio rooms. We can talk to each other, meet. Everything is free. You can join a study room, go to a voice lounge, and just talk through things. And if you don't have time to meet with other people, you can just write what you want to write and leave, and then come back to it later. And people have answered your questions because it's not necessarily synchronous. You don't have to be there when other people are there. You can leave your remarks and then come back. But the idea is that we'll all be able to share together and ask questions and learn from one another. And you'll be able to express your thoughts as long as they have to do with the Hebrew language or also Greek, and they are not bothersome toward other people, because that's we don't want to use our platforms for insulting or anything negative. We want to be positive and nice to people, but unless they have junk theories, which they can only talk about in the French talk, and we're going to come up with some rules regarding that, like things like Hebrew pictograms and Edenics and all the weird theories that people try to push on the internet. That goes under French talk, and if anybody tries to use those things in any of the other sections, we'll delete them, because these are not supported theories. Yeah, what do you guys think? I think that's the big thing that we're working on right now, getting the Discord server off the ground. So we'd very much like for you to join us. Again, we have Patreon. You can join us there and be up to date on everything that we're doing. I'm eating challah. Challah is like a traditional Jewish bread. It's woven. I don't know, like we have it for Shabbat, and it's woven together and baked, and it's really soft inside. I'm not a traditional person, but I love challah. One of my favorite things. And I see that Adel is also eating something, a cucumber. But you're silent. How do you say cucumber in Hebrew?
Hang in there. I know. Give me 1 second.
You would know this?
I know it. Patach is no. Tafach is apple.
Tapuach. Tapuach is
Tapuch
apple.
is apple. Tapuch. Cucumber is khiyar. No,
No, it's not related to Arabic, I'm afraid.
no.
It's
Okay.
melafafon.
Say
Melafafon.
again. Melachafon.
Melafafon. Yeah. So we
Melachafon.
can go over some fruit. How about that? The word for fruit is pri, P-R-I, pri. And the plural is perot. Perot. Pri, perot. So like an apple, we said is tapuach. Tapuach. The plural is tapuchim. Tapuchim. We often use tapuchim instead of mitz tapuchim, meaning apple juice. Mitz. Mitz is juice. So mitz tapuchim is apple juice, juice of apples. Similar to tapuach, instead of chet, you can have zain. Tapuz. Tapuz is orange. An orange, but it's not the color orange. It's just the fruit, tapuz. So the plural is tapuzim. And you say, ani shote tapuzim, I'm drinking oranges, you mean I'm drinking orange juice. Mitz tapuzim. Yeah. What's another fruit? Pear. Pear is agas. Agas with aleph. Agas. I don't eat that a lot. We have tamar. Tamar is a date. I don't know what the difference is between a fig and a date. Is there a difference? Tamar.
A fig is a fig, and a date is a date. A date is different fruit.
I don't know what the difference is. When I think they're like when I think of eating them, they're the same thing.
No. Tamar, no, it's not at all. This is not the same for all. Date is fig is
Tamarim. Tamarim are dates.
Okay, well, Google it. The difference between fig and date will be totally different picture.
But when you think of them, they're the same thing, no? Let's see. Tamar. It says is. I'm using the translator. Tamar is date. Okay, so what is fig? Fig. Fig is te'ina. Te'ina. The te'ina is the tree from which they made the leaves in the Garden of Eden. The fig leaves to cover themselves. Te'ina. Te'ina. But I don't know what that looks like. I don't think. Maybe I've never eaten a fig. Figs. Let's see what it looks like. Image. Oh my goodness, that is completely a different thing. I have no idea what that. I've never seen that in my life. Let's pull that up on screen. I have never seen one of those things. That's a fig. Have you ever seen that? You're on mute. No, you're on. No, still muted.
Of course, I've eaten a lot of those. I love them. You live in
Really?
the Middle East and you don't know what dates, what figs are? Come on.
No, I've never eaten one of those.
The most delicious fruit you could have. You've got to go to the farmer's market and just buy some.
Well, you just pick them and eat them?
Yeah. It's going to be right.
See, this is tamar, right? And this you see everywhere. Everyone eats tamar, the dates. I thought that fig and date were the same thing because I've never seen a fig in my life.
No.
Yeah, everybody eats the Israeli figs. Or not figs, dates. I eat dates. I've never had a fig. Never. But it's...
And look what Mariel said. She's eating figs from Israel. And you live in Israel, you haven't eaten one.
But I wonder, the Fig Newton, the little cookie.
Well, that's
a cookie is just a cookie, but so I've eaten them in the Fig Newton.
No,
Dried
I didn't.
figs. I wonder what dried figs taste like. Let's see. Dried figs. Ah, yes. Okay. These I've seen.
Now you
These I've
know.
seen. Yeah, I've seen them. I've never had like fresh. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so we've got figs. Fig is te'ina. I think the plural is im, even though it's feminine. It says te'inim. Te'inim. That makes sense. Let's see if that's right. Te'inim. Yeah. Te'inim pulls up the word te'ina. So the plural is chalab te'inim, fig milk. Never heard of it, but sounds yummy. Good. Can you see the screen? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can see it.
So te'ina, te'inim. What's another fruit that you know? We said pear, agas, agasim.
How about banana?
Banana is easy because it's just banana.
Oh, okay.
Banana.
Pears.
Pears, agas.
Agas.
This is banana. Bananot, banana. In English we have pineapple. That in Spanish is like piña, but in almost all other languages, pineapple has got a similar name. Right? How do you say pineapple in French?
I do not know. Mariel would know.
Ananas. This is pineapple in Hebrew, ananas.
Ananas.
Because Hebrew takes it from French, ananas. It's funny that, so she says in French it's anana, like they don't see the S, but in Hebrew we say the S, ananas. What other fruit do we know?
Strawberry
Berries.
or blackberry?
Berries as a group. Let's see. It's not really as a group. We have petal. Petal is a raspberry. Yeah. Petal. Blueberries. I'm not sure. I don't remember all the names of the berries. I mean, I know them when I eat them, but mostly people eat petal. Like raspberries are very, very common in Israel. Let's say blueberries. Right? This is morphix. Blueberry. Strawberry is tut sadeh. Because you have tut etz and tut sadeh. You have so blueberry. Uchmaniot. Yeah, uchmaniot is blueberries. Uchmaniot. Uchmaniot. Yeah, can you see that? Uchmaniya. Uchmanit, uchmaniot. So strawberry is tut, but it's specifically tut sadeh. Sadeh is field. So tut sadeh is a strawberry of the field. Because we have, see the tut etz is a tut etzim, I don't know, is mulberry. You've got mulberry, the ones that grow on a tree, and strawberry, the ones that grow on the ground in the little patches. So mulberry. And they're hard. Like the mulberry is harder. It's not soft and yummy. Like see, they're like this. They look like blueberry, like raspberries, but they're long and ugly. I don't like mulberries. Strawberries are fantastic. Strawberries are the best thing made upon the earth. So I don't know if it's tut eitz or tut eitzim. Tut eitzim, eitz, tut eitzim, tut eitzim. Tut eitz. All right, so tut eitz is mulberry, and tut sadeh is field. Tut sadeh is strawberry. Yeah. What else? Oriel corrected herself and she said it is ananas in French. Yay! So French and Hebrew, ananas. I think Arabic is not ananas also.
It is ananas.
Yeah.
Ananas. Right, yeah, it is.
I think most languages it's ananas.
And tut also in Arabic is berries, but it's like mulberry.
Yeah, because it's mulberry.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see how they give just the word berries, because I don't recall just a word that means berry. Don't like it.
It's a long word.
Don't like it. Perot yar. Perot yar, fruit of the forest. That would make sense. Perot yar. But normally it's considered like a wild berry. Perot yar is like wild berries. We have tea that's in the flavor of perot yar.
Give me a second, Jason. Just a second.
Trying to think of other fruit. Let's just go over and see types of fruit. Cherries. Yes, cherry. Duvdevan. 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 Duvdevan is a great fruit. It's like strawberries to me. Strawberries and cherries are the best. Watermelon. Avatiach. Avatiach. Avatiach is watermelon. Avatiach. It says that avocado is a fruit. I guess it is. Avocado. It's the same word in Hebrew as in English. Avocado. And in fact, even guacamole. Normally, people don't say guacamole in Hebrew. They say avocado because it's smashed avocado with other things mixed in. Lemon juice and tomatoes and whatever. Mango. These are easy. Avocado, mango, watermelon, avatiach, banana, apple, tapuach, berries, perot yar, watermelon, apricot. I think apricot is called shazif. Shazif. But again, it's something I don't really eat. Morphix. Let's see. Shazif. 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 Plum. So plum is a purple one. That's shazif. So what is apricot? Afarsek. Afarsek. Is that peach? That's a peach. How do you say apricot? Let's just put it in English. Apricot. This is fun. Apricot. Mishmish. Mishmish. Mishmish is a nice one too. Okay, so mishmish. Afarsek is peach. And shazif is plum. Plum. Shazif. Very good. Very good. Anything else as far as fruit are concerned? This is just fun stuff. Strawberries, pears, oranges, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, kind of silly. In Hebrew, you just call it melon. Melon. They just call it melon. Cantaloupe. Melon. Kiwi. Kiwi. Blackberry. Sounds like it's just going to be another form of petal. Let's see. Blackberry. Don't know. Blackberry. It's got a word. Osna. Osna. It says an edible fruit, pri achil, domele petel. It's similar to raspberry, but seva sagol shachor, in a purple black color. It's not a word that anybody's going to use, osna, because it's like petel. Let's see, lemon, grapefruit, grapefruit. Grapefruit juice. How do you say that? Grapefruit. I know this. I drink it. Grapefruit. I'm gonna eshkoliot. Yeah, eshkoliot. Obviously. Black currant. I have no idea what that is. Aggregate fruit. I have no idea what that is. I'm not going to talk about things I've never touched. That's a lot. Okay, we went through fruit. Yay, how fun. What else can we go through as far as Hebrew things that you want to know? Where do you want to know? I don't want to do animals. That's too many. Morphix is a great resource. Morphix.com. Morphix.com, which goes to morphix.co.il. Great for just playing around and building vocabulary. Most of the words are not necessarily biblical, but that doesn't mean that they didn't exist. If words exist in the rabbinic Hebrew, the time of the Mishnah, there is a good chance that the word also existed in the time of the Bible, but it just didn't get used. Remember that the biblical corpus does not represent everything that existed in the language. So it's very possible that things existed in the language even at that time that didn't make it into the text because they didn't want to say them. They didn't have a need to use those words. So later on, when we find them in the rabbinic texts, it could very well be that many of the words that we find there that are not biblical were ancient words that just simply didn't get used. Like, I'm sure if somebody sits down and goes through a movie, they go through the whole of Game of Thrones, the whole series. There are words in English that are not used in the set of movies because they don't need them for their purpose in the story. And so it doesn't mean that those words don't exist in English. It just means that they aren't used in that set of text. So it is with the Bible. And so we shouldn't feel bad for incorporating words from a later period of Hebrew into the biblical text or into the biblical language if we need them and they don't exist in the Bible. You know what I mean? If we were sitting around talking about, trying to use the biblical language as a living language, we shouldn't be too ashamed if we insert words from the rabbinic period into our speech, or even from modern Hebrew, if like if we have to. Cool. We are 7 minutes out from the English to Hebrew section of Weingreen, so I think we will cut here and take a 5-minute break, and then we'll see you, all of the Patreon users who want to join us. We'll see you at the English to Hebrew section, which should also be pretty short because we did half of it last week. We do have a question from Muriel. Would the words that were not used in the Bible have been lost and a new word invented after the loss, or are they the same? Good question. And the reason it's a good question is because we can't forget that there was influence on the language from Greek, from Latin, from Aramaic. The Hebrew language was not, no language exists in a vacuum, and especially Hebrew at that time, because remember that Israel sits at the center of a hub of nations, and a lot of trade would come through this area, going to Egypt, going to Asia. They would come through here, and so the language was sure to change and to adapt and to incorporate new words from, especially Greek. When we look at the rabbinic period, there are a lot of loan words that were brought from Greek, even as far as like the word for a torch, like a thing of fire. Panas came into Hebrew from Greek. I can't remember what the Greek word is. Phonos or something like phonos. It sounds wrong, but it's related to phos, light. And it came into Hebrew's panas, and panas became the word for torch, that eventually in modern Hebrew means a flashlight. Like in England, they say, hand me the torch, and they don't mean a torch, they mean a flashlight. And so the word panas in Hebrew comes from the word torch. But there are other words, like zug. Zug in Hebrew means a pair or a set or a couple, two things, and it comes from Greek, zeugos. Zeugos is like the thing that sits on the shoulders of ox that pull a cart. It joins them together as a pair. What's it called? The thing that joins them, the yoke that they put on an ox, on a set of oxen. So sometimes you will find words that are obviously of Hebrew origin, that were not used in the Bible, and then you should assume that they were just not used. And there are some of those. They point them out. If only I could throw this book out to show you. It's from Miguel Perez. Miguel Perez Fernandez, I think was his name. He wrote it in Spanish, and it's translated into English. It's called An Introduction to Rabbinic Hebrew. And we went through it here through Zoom, but it was a long time ago. And we didn't record it and put it online. But it goes over some of the words that have an ancient origin that just didn't make it into the biblical text. And I think it was a good discussion there. Anyway, and remember, some words were Hebrew that fell out of Hebrew and were reintroduced by Aramaic, like the word kibel. Kibel, he received, was actually an ancient Hebrew word that fell out of use and became replaced by lakachat, to take. And then only when Aramaic became an influence on the language, the root, kuf bet lamed, took over again its place in Hebrew for receiving rather than taking. So in Mishnaic Hebrew, we have Moshe kibel Torah miSinai. Moses received the Torah from Mount Sinai. And instead of Moshe lakach Torah miSinai. Kibel became a new word in Rabbinic Hebrew, but it was actually a revived lexeme. All right. Anyway, we're going to take a couple of minutes. Love you guys. We'll see you in a few, and hopefully we'll have some activity in English to Hebrew. We'll see you. Peace.